What's happening, everyone? We are out cruising on the CitizenCycle bike, and yes, it does operate at low speed, not just always crazy high speed. I'm just cruising around and pedal assist 1 right now, and if I need a nice gentle takeoff, I can hit the front motor. Look how easy that is. All right, and I'm out today because I wanted to do some testing. I mentioned in a video a couple of videos back that I was going to make CitizenCycle 3.0 and change this bike some more, which, I mean, it's great. It works right now. It works pretty well, but there's some issues with it, and I think I could make it better. I think it can be better. So I want to keep modifying a little bit and make some changes to it to make it better in a couple ways. I want to make the motors similar. I want to get a geared hub on the front, and I got a plan for that. I want to get that battery off of the rear rack. You know, right now I've got 2 batteries on this thing for a total of 30 plus amp hours of battery. I don't need that much. So I want to decrease battery on this somehow, make it lighter. I want to get it lighter weight, and I want to make it a little bit better looking. Those are that's the plan. Those are the things I'm trying to accomplish. I want the gear hub power in the front wheel, better looking, lighter weight. I weighed this thing just before I got on it today, and it weighs pretty much 100 pounds. It weighs 99.5 pounds. So it is a heavy bike, but it works. You know, I put that direct drive front motor kit on the front wheel, and it's been fantastic. And I really hope that you guys take, I don't know, inspiration from that, and seeing that I got it to work, I figured it out, and I hope I encourage you to do some mods on your bike to make it your own. And I mean, look what you can build. You can make something like this that is pretty crazy powerful. It actually functions. It's not perfect. I mean, I'm not claiming this bike is perfect, but I mean, it looks pretty cool. People are giving me double takes as I ride down the greenway here, but I'm keeping it under wraps under the greenway, you know, 20 mile an hour and less. But it's a cool looking bike. You know, of course, I'll link all the mods I did to this in the description so you can see. It's also on my website right there, Ride with Citizen, which I'm horrible about updating. I'm sorry, I'm a busy guy though. But this is the CitizenCycle bike, dual motors, dual batteries, dual everything, dual throttles, controllers, and we're going to be doing more to it. So today, the video today, we are going to be doing some baseline runs. I want to give you guys like an acceleration test, a hill climb, just some, you know, videos where I can go back after I've altered this bike and repeat them and see if I really did increase the performance any on this bike. It's pretty fast as is. So I'm gonna go up here to the Lowe's parking lot. It's my favorite acceleration test spot. It's a nice flat thing behind the building, and I can actually pick some markers on the road that we can use for distance, and I'll time everything. Because if I just use the speedo, you know, it's not going to be accurate, and neither is the GPS. So I think if we time it over a distance, we'll get the most accurate picture if the performance increased any.
Hey, nice bike!
Thanks, man. People love the Citizen bike. It is pretty outrageous looking when you see it in person, honestly. I mean, these fat tire bikes are pretty crazy as is, and then you go do all this other stuff to it, it looks pretty insane. All right, here we go. We're behind Lowe's. Let's pick a starting spot. I think the corner of this building will be our starting spot. And then when we come down here, I say we end at, how about this right here? Maybe this rain gutter and this crease in the road. That'll be our finish line, because I'll be able to get that on video of where my tire crosses it. And I think that's our starting and ending point. And we'll time an acceleration run here and see how fast this thing can get from point A to point B as our baseline. Are you ready? How fast do you think it's going to do this? I don't even know how far this is. It's going to be kind of, I'll come back out, you know, I'll put on the screen, I'll come back out with my little wheel, you know, I have a little measuring wheel, and I'll put the exact distance on the screen so you know how fast this thing's going over the distance. All right, are we ready? Let's see if I can minimize my wheel spin here a little bit. 3, 2, 1, go. That wasn't bad on wheel spin. Flying. Whoa, right there. I mean, we hit 30 miles an hour. This thing's so crazy. It's so crazy. All right, so there we go. I'll put the, of course, the distance and the time on the screen for you. And then once we change this bike up, we'll come back and run it again. See if I made any performance gains. I think just having the geared motor on the front is going to give it so much more torque. These direct drives don't have a lot of torque. Hopefully I can get it to work. Let's go over now and find my hill climb, because that's going to be a that's going to be the best indicator, I think, of if the bike got any performance gain. We're going to go do our timed hill climb run. And actually, before we do that, here's another problem that we're going to attempt to fix in this Citizen 3.0 bike, and that's this. If I let go of these handlebars. Whoa, buddy. See that wobble? I don't know if that's the Tannis liner or the wheel is off or what, but you can't let go of the handlebars. It's fine riding it around as long as you're holding on, but and you let go and they just want to start wiggling. So you get speed wobbles. All right, we've made it out to the hill climb spot, and I've already kind of told you all the stuff we're going to do. This new front motor. I'm going to try to do new brakes because these brakes are awful. Maybe new handlebars, decrease some battery weight, make it look a little sharper. And yeah, it actually crossed my mind to start with a whole new bike and just say I've taken this as far as I can take it. But I don't know, I didn't want to really want to ruin another bike. I just wanted to keep on modifying this one. This one's already chopped up and ruined, right? So if I melt it to the ground, I'm not going to feel bad. I hate to destroy a brand new bike. So that'll be the best, that'll be the viral video, right? Citizen burns his bike to the ground. But all right, we're at hill climb. I think this is going to be the best indication if I can boost the performance any. And just to give you a frame of reference, when I come out and I test e-bikes, I test them all right here. And the slow e-bikes go up this hill at it takes them like 30 seconds, the real slow ones. The mid-range bikes, they go up at about 25, 26. And then the real fast ones, like the MRI and the Aventon Adventure bike, those have been the quickest. They've climbed this hill at about 22 seconds. I don't think I ever tested the Aerial Rider, but I'm sure it's way faster. So the fast 750 bikes climb this at 22 seconds. So let's see what my Citizen bike does. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. A lot of wheel spin there though. Just completely effortless. I mean, it's crazy. There you go. Wow, it just got really windy. Woo. But there you go. This thing just crushes. So all-wheel drive makes such a huge difference on this bike. It's a lot of fun. But let's go over here. I want to do a top speed run for you as well. All right, finally the traffic has cleared. Let's run this thing up to top speed. I'm not sure when I'm going to be happy with this bike. I mean, how fast has it got to go before I'm like, okay, that's plenty? Because, I mean, 34 is pretty darn fast on a bicycle without pedaling the thing. But we'll find out if we can get any more miles per hour out of it. I think I could probably do a little bit faster if I had better slick tires on it, and if I got rid of the Tannis foam inside, because, you know, rotating mass, right? I've got tons of foam in my tire that has to be spun. So if I take that foam out and if I put on some slicks instead of these knobbier tires, maybe you gain a little bit. And then I'm hoping the weight reduction, if I can take a few pounds off of this bike, then just maybe it will be, you know, 37, 8, I don't know. We're gonna find out. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see what happens after we alter this. And I kind of hate taking it apart because it does work pretty good right now. So I'm surprised that actually what I did to this actually works, but it does. And I'm also thinking, you know, maybe part of the wobble could be weight distribution on this bike as well. I'm sure this 17.5-hour battery pack that weighs 10 pounds on the rear rack, that's not probably helping the you know, the center of mass on this bike, having all that weight up high on the back. So we're gonna try to redistribute the weight on this bike a little bit. And I'm gonna strip everything off it that's unneeded. You know, I've got stuff hanging on here. I mean, I don't need this bag, I don't need this bottle holder, I don't need this headlight, I don't need this bike lock that's on there. I don't need this light. I'm just gonna try to strip everything down and make it a little bit lighter. Maybe even forks. I think new forks I might be able to get lighter forks in that motor. Changing that to a geared hub, I think is gonna save me a few pounds. So we're gonna try to make it as light as we can as well. Let's keep up with this car. You won't see it coming. We're gonna hawk them down. I was hoping he's gonna keep going. Oh well. All right, well, we've got our baseline data. So let me jet back home now and show you one of the parts that I've got that we gotta figure out how to install on this bike. And for those of you wondering, yes, I have on a helmet right now, my Kevlar lined gloves, boots, jeans, and my armored hoodie. So if I'm going out doing stuff like this on the Citizen bike, I'm usually pretty geared up because I don't want to be a pile of road rash should this front wheel fly off. Okay, we made it home safely and got some things over here to show you I think you're gonna be very interested in. Well, first, this is the helmet I wear. I wear a ski helmet. I just think it looks better than a bike helmet, but this is the part that you are going to be very interested to see, I think. So this is hopefully going to go on the Citizen bike. A Bafang geared hub motor, 750 hub motor. Big deal, right? Well, it is a big deal because this is meant to fit the front dropout. This fits 135 millimeter dropout. I had to get one kind of special ordered here. Now I just have to figure out how to get it into a wheel. That's the next challenge. So we're gonna replace this direct drive, big huge thing here with no power in it, to this thing, which I'm hoping I can then run the same controller, the 35 amp controller, and make the front wheel have just as much torque and power as the back. So this is key though, finding a 750 geared hub motor that fits the front dropout. So we got to get this onto the bike, and that I think is really going to be a game changer for this thing. If I can, I've got an idea. I've got a plan. I've got several plans actually. So we're just going to start with the easiest one first, and hopefully that works. If it doesn't work, we'll figure it out. I'm going to get that motor on this bike somehow, even though I know nothing about. I hope everyone knows this about my channel. I don't know anything about e-bikes or electricity or controllers and batteries and motors. I just figure stuff out, right? And I just make videos about me figuring it out. And that's what you all enjoy, right? So I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get that motor in this front wheel somehow. And we're gonna have dual 750 geared hub motors on this bike. And it's gonna be pretty crazy, I feel. So that is the plan. It's gonna take me a while. I've got parts on order. I just found out today that some of them aren't ever gonna arrive. So I'm gonna have to reorder other stuff. And we're gonna strip this baby down weight wise. I'd like to get it under 90 pounds if I could. I'd like to take 10 pounds off it. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe if I can shed some battery weight, I think, because this battery, the original rad battery, was 7.5 pounds, and this weighs like 9.5, I think, somewhere around there. It's like 16 pounds of battery total. I don't need that much. I only ride like 20 miles at a time at the most. I don't need both of those batteries on there. And I don't know if I can run everything off of one, if the battery can handle that draw or not. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just figuring it out. So I hope you're enjoying watching though. If you are, and you want to see more on this build out, you know, I have a Rad Rover playlist where you can see my progression on this bike of doing all this stuff. Again, the parts are in the description if you want to try it, but wait till I do the geared hub first. It worked. Put in the direct drive on the front from e-Bikeling, that kit. And it works, and it's way more powerful and way faster, but I think it would be better having the geared hub. So I'm gonna try to give you that solution. I might change the back motor too. We'll see. I got a lot of ideas in my head right now. But yeah, just hang on a second. Let me get this thing into the 3.0 version before you go and do something to yours, and maybe then you can decide, you know, which route you want to go. And I hope like I said before, that me doing all this stuff will inspire you to customize your own bike. I'm a big fan of people customizing their bike to fit their needs. And if you want power, you can make it happen. You can make it happen. You don't have to go out and spend like $7,000 on an e-bike. You can take a base bike like a Rad Rover and make it into something crazy. So if you like this kind of stuff, do me a favor, hit subscribe so you know when I put out more content, and I hope you're enjoying. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.